Tucked away in Vancouver Island's wilderness, Cowichan Lake is home to a thriving trout fishery and an incredibly diverse ecosystem. With the right approach, fishing here can be incredibly rewarding, but not every day is a banger. On this trip, the trout were elusive and we had to work for every bite. That's fishing. Some days you're dialed in, others keep you humble. Stick with us as we break down exactly how you can find success on this spectacular lake.
We're starting the day today at the public boat launch, which is located at the eastern end of the lake in the town of Lake Cowichan. This is an excellent launch with lots of parking and is the gateway to one of the island's largest freshwater lakes that stretches close to 30 kilometers and provides the easiest access to the lake's very fishy waters. Just beside the launch is Vancouver Island's only lock and weir system that connects Cowichan Lake to the Cowichan River. This incredible structure not only regulates the lake's outflow into the Cowichan River, which eventually feeds into Cowichan Bay, but as a result, plays a critical role in maintaining the lake's water levels that directly influence fish migration, water temperatures, and the overall health of the ecosystem. Round down here took us about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're right out in front of our Arvidas Park right now. Cottonwood Creek is just past the old mill site there, so we're going to kind of tuck in this little bay, fish the old mill site here and out towards Cottonwood Creek. We're going to start out in this spot today with some plugs. It's one of the lures that works really well in this lake, along with spoons as well. This plug happens to be the Blueberry Muffin, and it actually mimics little baby Dolly Varden with the dots and the yellow line, and it's probably one of my go-tos on this lake. What are you fishing with?
I'm going with a little 3-inch Tomic. This is a sort of rainbow trout imitation. This works really well on Comox Lake. I've never tried it on Cowichan Lake. In fact, I've only fished here once before, and that was about 10 years ago. So we're going to try these on the top to start off with.
Yeah, we'll do some surface trolling. So we're going to troll down into this bay. We're doing about 1.6 to 1.8, which is a nice speed. We're going to drop these right out the back and surface troll. I'm going to do about 70 pulls, so it's about 140 feet behind the boat. I like to get them way back, especially when I'm surface trolling, just to give the fish an opportunity to sort of not hear the engine, get away from the boat, and really hit that lure nice. So, with lines in the water and covering ground, we find ourselves searching for that elusive bite. So let's take a step back and talk about the diverse fishery the Cowichan Lake has to offer. Home to a variety of species including coastal cutthroat trout, brown trout, and rainbow trout, it also sees seasonal runs of coho and chinook salmon, which return to spawn in select tributary streams that flow into the lake. The trout here are adfluvial, meaning they spawn in these tributaries before migrating into the lake as juveniles, where they take advantage of its more productive habitat. Notable streams around the lake that can be productive for fishing include Shaw Creek, Nixon Creek, Croft Creek, and Meads Creek. These areas provide critical spawning grounds for seasonal feeding opportunities. During the winter months, surface trolling close to the shore is a highly effective way to target these fish, as they stay closer to the top in the cooler water. But as summer temperatures rise, using a downrigger becomes essential for reaching trout holding in deeper, cooler waters.
We've been cycling through our tackle box today, testing different lures at various depths, working the river mouths, working structure, and chatting with the other anglers who found success on the lake. But despite our efforts, the fish have remained elusive. They've been keeping us on our toes and pushing us to adjust our strategy as we gather insights to refine our game plan. They have something dialed.
Yes.
And they're hitting. And
fish.
It's about finding out
what it is.
Yeah.
I know, that's
that little extra that you're doing that makes the difference.
Yeah. So we got a little information from those guys we just showed those beautiful fish on. I'm going to switch to a downrigger. Even though they're surface trolling, I'm going to go real shallow on the downrigger, probably about 22 to 25 feet. Trying to figure out what works here today because we're not really getting much. That tight bite right to the shore. Nice little fish, good hit, nice head shakes on the rod. That was on the blueberry muffin. That was on Russ from Gone Fishing's favorite.
We moved it a little bit closer to shore, about 1.2 to 1.5 miles per hour. Actually really close. We're in about 22 feet of water.
Yeah.
And that guy hit.
Right around that point too. That was only about 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's pulling a little bit. Whoa, there he goes. He's waking up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I don't like that.
Nice light gear. I only got 8-pound leader on. Beauty.
Nice work, buddy. Nice fish.
Nice.
Look at that beauty.
All right, guys, let's have a look at him here. So he's right at 50 centimeters, guys. He's got these lamprey marks on him. We're just gonna let him go back into the water. Got a good shot, hun? And off he goes.
Nice. Nice work, buddy.
Yeah.
Had to work a little bit for that comment. It's a beautiful fish.
I know. We're gonna throw that blueberry muffin back down and get tight to shore again here. The only plug that brought a fish in today, the blueberry muffin. You can find these at any of your Gone Fishing shops. And they're an awesome plug. I highly recommend you give it a shot. Today just wasn't its day, but normally it is the hot rod on this lake. Beauty.
As we make our way back to the dock, we're reminded that not every day is filled with non-stop action. But it's the pursuit of those unforgettable days on the water that keeps us coming back. Today we put in the work. We cycled through plugs, spoons, and countless color variations until we finally found our fish. It wasn't easy, but that's what makes it worth it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, drop us a comment, and we'll see you on the water.
This episode is brought to you by Parksville Boathouse, your full-service boat dealer and chandlery. Gone Fishing, serving Vancouver Island and beyond for over 30 years. West Coast Fishing Tackle, the quality anglers deserve.